Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode on Indian Board of Cosmonauts. We have few diplomats here. On my right hand side, we have Dr. Santosh Ngate from Pune, who's a diplomat here. And we have our own Neeraj Chandraka, who's also a diplomat. And on my left hand side, Dr. Sabrina is there, and Amit Induja is there. And ever smiling Bermal Korean is also there. So all these great individuals, diplomats of Indian Board of Cosmonauts, are here with a purpose. Let's find out what is the purpose. Let's start the question running. Right? What made you to take up this exam? Let's start with Amit.
The exam of diplomat. Yeah, I'm a diplomat. So this started as a challenge with one of my very close friends, Murtuza. Murtuza is also a diplomat. He is a very close friend of mine. So he passed his diplomat exam and then he told me, see, I have cleared. It's now you have so many years. Do you think you can clear? Because we were together in our PG. And then I said, why can I not? It only you try. Let's see whether you can. And that is how it started. I told it as a challenge. Some
It has to be there to raise you to. He's the one that twist. Yeah, let's hear it from.
So, being an exclusive prosthodontist for so many years and seeing the senior people getting the diplomats, I also thought, let's try and understand where I stand in the profession and what I'm doing so many years. So let's try for this. So
So understand very tired is that. That's the one word.
For me, obviously, the seniors were the inspiration to become a diplomat. I still remember one of the convocation where Dr. Mohit Kher was awarded with a diplomat. And I remember that the convocation walk. So it was for me during my initial part of my career as a prosthodontist, seeing a person whom you admire getting a diplomat status, that gave me a click that even I should also dream about this particular aspect.
More than the person who they are impaired, he is more impaired about the flamboyance of the occasion where they are awarding it. And when I get it from it, I get it right.
To add, there's some coincidence here. When I was a PG student, the same ceremony was happening. And as a PG student, I used to wonder what is happening. Such a big occasion, there's being, convocation happening along with all the prosthodontists. So I was like, this is something really cool. I should see all it. And later on, when I completed my PG, then I was like, I wanted to do something beyond my PG in prosthodontics. And in a way that I wanted to challenge myself and to bring out a better version of myself. So this provided a good opportunity to do that.
That's a wonderful word. Challenging yourself. Okay, let's hear it from Dr. Shabari.
For me, I also wanted to have another additional qualification apart from MBA. So what next? What difference? Maybe some board exams. Or
You're also considering DMB at that point.
yes, there was DNB when I was doing PG, and I was inspired seeing people like you getting DNB. So, but when I was during my final year, the exams were
Yeah, I can understand. Like, I still remember you there when we are taking up the DNB outside.
So when this came up, then I saw this as an opportunity to appear for, get an additional accreditation to myself, and also see where I stand.
Okay, that's the first part, which is very interesting or rather boring, I would rather say. Now, let us move on to the next one. How did you start your documentation process? Because I know that there are a lot of cases to be documented, no? How did you start your documentation?
so there was a lot of cases which I was doing at many places, hospitals, consultant as a consulting prosthodontist. And when I saw the first batch of diplomats passing out, and then I started thinking, oh, I should also take up this. And then I started thinking seriously about the documentation part, which I was not so serious about before that. So then I started documenting the cases, and that really helped me.
How did you actually crack that code? Because you are saying multiple clinics you were visiting. And how did you manage to take up the photos and how do you arrange the photos?
Yeah, so wherever I go, consulting the assistant people were there. I told them start clicking the pictures in between because between the procedures I cannot go and take a camera and click it. And then that's how I utilized the infrastructure which was available at that place and started documenting the cases. So that really helped me.
Good. That's good.
I started documenting during my postgraduate life, and which already it was SK's institute, and frankly speaking, it was Dr. Ramesh Chaudhary who was my mentor. So he insisted me to start documenting, especially when we go ahead with any PG convention or conference. I realized the importance of how systematically you are supposed to document a case before you go ahead with a presentation. So initial Nike was developed over there, but over the period I kept on adding about a systematic protocol how we are supposed to do. But uh, that IBP was like something different, which was kind of a turning point, I should say. I realized that a complete scenario of documentation is something else and needs to be much more systematic.
Okay. I really you cracked the code. Yeah. That is wonderful. Let's hear it from Nimal.
I always loved photography, So I had a
Videography or photography?
photography. So I had a DSLR back after my graduation. So my brother gifted to me, and I always tried nature photography and things like that. So when I entered PG, so I had that photography thing in me, and I was pretty kind of decent with recording my cases. For that matter, in those times when there's not too much AI and things like that, generally people used to record or take it in photo of an cast or an impression by keeping it on top of our green cloth, right? So and that time I realized this is not done. We should have a good background. And sometimes to get a good background, I used to keep the model on top of the chair that you're sitting on. The chairs had a good color, so and then my cases used to stand out, and I really enjoyed the process. And that carried on. But what I thought was good was not good enough when I saw one of the webinars or online classes that you and Dr. Anita took for, I think, West Bengal IBS event. It was very nice. Then that is when I realized what we think is good is not good enough for an international platform. And then it made me, it challenged me, to give we're getting better. One very important thing that I would like to say about this is it is just not documentation for clearing an exam. Our own work or the photo is our biggest critic. You take the photo, go back and look into it, then you will realize maybe 5 different things you could have done better. And that is why IDP such a good focus on documentation. It will help you improve.
Very good. Very good point. Let's hear it from Sabri. How did you start the documentation process?
Say, as everyone of us does, I was recording cases during my post review. But it was like, if the pre-op is there, many times I won't have the follow-up pictures. Many times the case would come out very, very beautifully.
Then you will be searching for it. My for sorry, I'm not that just exactly. Very difficult to get pre-op, it's just very difficult to get.
And what I says, I feel it's important or good, or I feel this should not be shown. So those photos I won't take. So it was like a bit of lot much organized. I thought like I have some
When did you started organizing things?
when I appeared first time for the IBP exam, thinking that I have a very good documentation of case.
I think we both realized in the same day, I think.
The board made me realize what the reality is. The others are told comes or relatives of one case. Then I thought, oh, this is the degree of documentation they require. Then the same week I got my DSLR and got all the accessories, my macro lens.
So in the first time, you didn't have no DSLR.
But a few of the pics are taken from DSLR, not my own. The department DSLR from some of my friends. So this I got for my own. Then the very next thing I did was I attended the photography course. I got myself trained, then started documenting it and arranging the pics, spotting it out and making a clear folder of it so that I have them in the place.
Okay, you start this realizing after the first failure.
First failure.
The success of the IBP process is his story is the fine example of that you have to invest in yourself. You have to learn a new skill to become better version of yourself.
I would not have about this extended documenting and doing that. Now I do it for rings.
Let's hear it from our main man, Praveen, what was the fastest taking process behind that?
So they were good at photography. They were very good at photography. They're saying they used to like photography. I was never very good at photography, nor did I ever think that taking photograph of all the steps and all these things are important. When I was doing PG, we did not record with DSLRs and all that.
From there, it solved.
So this is one of my colleagues, Dr. Mohit, who was working with me in college.
In the Mohit care or
Mohit Dudani.
Mohit Duda?
No, Mohit Dudani. So he was very keen on photographs. And he always used to say, let's click as many photographs as we can. It will help us in our lectures. And then if I'm doing some procedure, doing some new technique, every time he would, wait a minute, what are you doing? Wait, let me take a photo.
That actually really fast.
Oh, it's so very irritating till saw the final photographs, the final folder, and then I saw this looks so nice. And this is what I am doing. I did not know I did this because there was no record of what I was doing. And that is where the
Silver Light was shown as a Superman. That is what you are saying.
that I don't know. But it was Dr. Mohit who actually inculcated and who started this process of me. How should a photograph be taken? No way. I will not take on this background. Wait, let me take it there. That is where our photography area is. That is where I want to take the photographs. It was him who inculcated this.
Okay. And how did you start documenting each and every case?
So then once I saw how the pictures are looking, how the total case is looking, or the technique is seen, and again it helps me in presenting or it helps me in giving lectures. That is when I started. So let's start documenting all, at least the special cases that I think I should do. And now maybe most of the cases that we do should be documented about.
Yeah, he wants to say something.
Like one of the questions you asked him, when did you answer it to start document? Clearing part one is a constant reminder in our back of our mind that we should keep recording because we have to submit it in some time. And that will keep you going, that will keep you recording every step and be very organized. And the other benefit is people who are involved in academics, it makes sure that you have the right photographs, and then you think in another element like, why don't I publish this? That adds another layer for your your growth. So you have good photographs which will work for your documentation. You have good photographs that you might publish, and you have good photographs that you can go and present in a conference, and then people will be really amazed by the quality of the photographs.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear from you all people. Next, move on to the other question, that is, how was it on the year practical exam or your exam day? Yeah, what is that comes in your mind later? Started laughing from the high, then I said,
That was a very interesting day. If we talk specifically about the part two examination, basically I'm from Chhattisgarh, Raipur, and my examination center was in Hyderabad. So I traveled on all the way to Hyderabad. By the time I reached my exam center,
wanted to go out? Want to go back?
no. So by the time I reached over there, I was very much apprehensive. I was very much tense that okay, how I'm going to face the examiner, how will be the examination pattern, what they're going to ask. Same routine sub what a routine student is. But the moment when I saw that there are few of my other colleagues were there who had already given examination before and they didn't clear on first attempt, then that made me that gave me a kind of cool me.
For everybody, if somebody is here who have not cleared, they will be actually more.
Actually, the thing was it, rather than motivation, I got demotivated. So here, chill. Anyhow, you're not going to get clear.
You are less relieved. You are not the only one you don't care.
So there are few other people who are even competitive much better than me, and they needed to give a setting attempt. So just relax. Go and face the examiner with a mental attitude. Okay, what matters? Maybe next year I'm supposed to come down again with a better preparation. Anyhow,
We should have actually not cleared you. Even the right mentality, we should.
so that we should have made it up.
And can we do that job? So this is such a good assembly.
Yes, I remember that day when you gave me a call saying that, okay, congratulations, Dr. Neeraj, you have cleared part two examination. So I hope you remember. I asked you a bit, are you sure, sir? I thought the phone line is not very clear. But I was not very much content because this examination was wow. I don't want to speak over here because there are a lot many people who will be kind of taking motivation from this video, and I don't want to demoralize that.
Okay, let's hear it from our professor. You are already a professor and head of the department. What made you are on the day of examination?
Yeah, like I was used to be on the other side of the side. Yeah, that way. And after so many years, I was giving an exam. I was used to taking the exams at so many places, but this was the first time I was appearing for the exam with
You are a candidate.
yeah, as a candidate. So, in first experience was actually a part two. First attempt was an online because of the COVID, and there were a lot of other things with being online. The internet and all those things. The clarity of speech. Sometimes I used to not to hear the question properly, and yeah, I was the only candidate, and so many examiners.
One candidate, how many exams you had for?
So they were
For the
appearing that time. It was COVID lockdown, so that was a whole day from 10 to 6, one section by one section, and there was no break because once examiner used to finish one section, the other will be getting up. Yeah, the other examiner was all of it really, and then finally all together there was a kind of viva in the end. So it was a tiring experience that time, but then it was a good realization about where I to improve and where I lack, where is my preparation incomplete, and that gave me a really good idea.
I would just like to add for the viewers who are here. See, yeah, we should understand giving examination, pass and fail is something different. But appearing for examination is a complete learning experience.
very good, man. Let's hear it from. He already completed everything. What do you?
I gave my exam in 2022. So when I came to give my exam, so I had not very good idea about how the process is. So I thought this is a 2-day exam, so all the people are coming. I just have to present all the cases in one shot and leave. The morning you came and said, okay, there are 8 participants, there are 7 examiners. Then I make 40 right then. Then for the first day, four of my cases, all of my cases will be seen by one set of examiners, that is 4 examiners, and the next day another set will sit together and see. So I'm like, my God, this is not what I expected. But to be very honest, and that's what I want to bring out also. I want to emphasize on the transparency of it also. See, when I came to give my exam, I was the most youngest candidate in that lot. I had quite senior people and stalwarts, who are giving exams with me. And I didn't know any examiner personally. I'm pretty sure nobody knew me also. I did my UG and PG up there in North. So, I didn't have too much contacts or things like that. But I was there only with my credentials from the cases. I just had
To visiting your kind of right.
I mean, yes. I mean, I didn't know any examiner personally. I mean, and I was like, for a moment, I felt I am, left out. A lot of them knew each other, senior, junior, they were in college or something like that. But to be somebody who didn't know anyone personally, to go around the exam and kind of, by the grace of God, clear it. And now
Your grace of God, man. It is only the hard work and your way of documentation.
But it is also there in bit there when I cleared, and now I have so much, you know, good, contacts within the diplomat community. I feel, that is something that I really earned during the exam. And the exam process is also not like the examiners are not sitting there to insult you. We should have that thing very, very clear in everyone's mind. So this is not like your BG exam or something like that. It is a very good quality people sitting there to show what is lacking or,
What can be improved?
and probably appreciate also some case.
Did it happen?
Maybe here and there a little bit. See, they are also human. In state is that good. No, it's not like that. But yes, but to, see, they are showcasing your, that day also I learned something new. So that is the entire process. And I am very grateful to the process.
Yeah, process sets up so many beautiful things and memories. Let's hear it from Ramit. What was your experience on the day of exam?
I started it as a challenge. Finally, I realized it's very challenging. But jokes apart, I feel the examination process is very nice. It is not at all like an examiner examining a student. It is not at all like that. It is like two colleagues discussing a case that one of them has done, and let's just discuss what you have done. Let's see your photographs. Let's see what you have done. It is a very nice environment, very, I will say, not a very professional environment. Yeah, it's a very professional environment. And what I came to undergo. It is very nice to undergo actually. It was when we went for the exam or when we were appearing for the exam, that feeling is always there. As he said, we've been on this side of the table for quite long. Now to go on that side of the table, when we are on this side of the table, we are quite comfortable. That side of the table, we are suddenly afraid. Okay, are we going to be treated as a student? And that feeling, I can very assure you, that feeling is not there in the examination at all. You don't feel like a student. You feel like colleagues who are discussing a case. Of course, they are going to finally grade you on that case, but it is very comfortable. It is not it's like an exam. We call it an examination, but not an exam.
Let's hear it from him, Dr. Sabari. You appeared for 2 times. What was your experience about
My experience is really special because I was among the first batch of candidates to take up the part one and part two, yes. And that to taking up part with the people like the present chairman, the present vice chairman, the secretary Stan was like you, and I was there up with my laptop thinking that okay, like I'm very skeptical whether to take up this exam or not.
you wanted to go out?
Yes, I got this job. I lot they're not prepared. Then the chairman or we need to you just come please because the first time even the examiners also they are also not they are a little bit skeptical what to ask these fellows. They are already MDA, they are already having a quite a bit of experience and knowledge. But I still remember when it was the first session, I had to present my implant cases. I was very happy. I have desktop cases in the implant stage. So I started presenting, telling 15 minutes down the lane. Then I understood, okay, this is not an examination per se. This is something, it's a sort of an eye opener. Then I forgot about that being an examination. I forgot about the outcome of the examination. I started to start a discussion with the panelists, with the examiners, like how well it can be done, in what better way it could have been done. And so I was looking forward for other sessions and other examiners so that I can learn or I can just quickly get myself evaluated. I saw that as an opportunity rather than such an exam which has an outcomes is going to give me something. No, the process itself was
All these are after, right?
no, this is during the course. That's when like I was 1 hour into the exam, I knew that the result. I totally forgot about the whatever the result may be. I started enjoying the process because I am getting so much which I won't get anywhere. Such enlightened people in the profession, they are sitting together and I am getting a chance to discuss my case. So they are evaluating my thought process.
The another of the wonderful.
So I just forgot about the results. That was a first experience of the first time. Second time it was an online exam. Then I knew what was in store, so I prepared myself actually for 2 years.
So your second innings was much better than the first innings.
Because I was one thing I want to tell you as like I was constantly mentored by people like Padusha, yourself, and they used to call about me and just keep a update of like what's going on, how are you documenting the cases, are you appearing for the exams and all. So that's one thing I want to tell the candidates who appear for the exam is that the board is very, very, very friendly and very equals for the
Walk up the board. You can say the board is very friendly.
the peer races. That's how it was. So that's my experience and this sharing here. And, nobody discouraged. Actually, they encouraged me from taking up the exams and preparing for the exam. So second time it was really I knew that I'm well prepared. Even this time was I won't bother about the because I knew where I was during the first time and where I am now at 2 years down the line. So I gave the exam second time and I cleared it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. It was wonderful listening to all you people. Now, you have become diplomat. Everybody is having the badge, right? Yeah. So, what is that now that you people are feeling now? Is it good or bad, or how do you feel becoming a diplomat? Let's start to hear.
Good, obviously. Oh, very good.
Very good.
The main thing that is there is, I feel after giving the exam and clearing the exam, before the exam, you keep on doing your work and you don't know whether you are keeping up with the times, whether you're really doing good work, whether you're doing work which is at par with the international standards or the national standards. But after giving this exam, interacting with the peers, and then clearing this exam, you have this feeling ki no, what I am doing is correct. I am on the right path and I need to continue doing what I am doing so that I do better in future. That is one thing.
Not that two horns are appearing in your head, right?
No.
No. So, see, that is also a thought process, right? Even I corrected appearance of two horns in front of me.
We can start feeling that we are the best and nothing can change. But no, that feeling has not come. Luckily, I hope it doesn't come also. But that feeling has come. Ki, okay, what we are doing is in the right direction. There is the paths, and we can go on.
Okay, let's hear it from our professor. How do you feel now?
Yeah, it was going through this process was in itself an enriching experience, and going
Is how other people see you.
yeah. So in my profession, in prosthodontics field, the colleagues and they started asking me their help in their cases if they got
As if they are not asking you the help before.
yeah. The way they used to look at me like yeah, he must be having a solution for their problem whatever they are facing, and they used to like get help
Jadugar, like
yeah, like to feel something like yeah, he is something special. And when I used to go out of the country, yes, I realized yes, diplomat has really a good status in the community there. And then I started yes, being a board certified prosthodontist. So it is really worth the efforts and get that status here also in India.
So your status of diplomat, yeah, international. That is what you're wonderful to hear.
I'm a strong believer of the statement saying that learning is a constant process, and I'm very happy that I achieved one of the milestone which I dreamt of. And whenever I be in this gathering of all the diplomat together, I see the diplomats, and it gives a kind of satisfactory feeling to me that yeah, I have achieved some important milestone that I'm sitting along with this wonderful colleague.
Wonderful. What is that you felt?
When you called and said about the results, it really felt good, you know. And then
Of all the world.
yes, top of the world, you know, I really work hard for it. And then I soon realized I am the first person from Punjab to do it.
Hey, you are not Punjabi, man. Don't envy you are Punjabi.
Originally, I'm from Kerala. I work in Punjab. In South India.
So it starts warning you.
Yes, and then
Like, do
suddenly I became first person from Kerala also to do it. What it did is, I was able to inspire, or my journey was able to inspire a lot of juniors. From
that I can understand.
some circles in Punjab, there will be right now around 10 people.
Yeah, from PMC, there are a lot of people.
Yes, Residential College itself, 5 people cleared part 1 after I did my entire journey. You know, then other colleges also.
So you are started becoming a role model for everybody.
I am not sure if I can say that. And yet, there are people from Kerala also asking me, how did I do it? What is the process? So, like one of my friend who quoted this during one of the party, success without success is a failure. You know, so our success should inspire others. If we are not doing it, and probably it is not worth enough. And I'm pretty sure seeing all of our, you know, journey, there are a lot of youngsters or our own colleagues who want to, you know, give the exam and go through the process. And that is the real success of this entire journey. And when you look at it at different level, who is benefiting? Yes, we are all benefiting at our professional and career levels. But I'm very sure our patients are getting a much
You are doing a different perspective.
like this. You know, that's it, right? When you look at it at the end, all our patients are getting a much
Share.
yes,
Better care. Advanced treatment.
makes our we being a better helping the others. That's the whole idea, I guess, in some way, right?
That means the whole prosthodontics of India is getting uplifted. That's what we mean to say.
Exactly, and that we are very happy to contribute in a way, and it is never too late or never too early to kind of attempt it, because right with
Prevailing points, man. Which one to follow? I don't know.
when I know it is just coming, when you look at it, you think about it. All the people who cleared and who are sitting right now are all being faculty at different levels. Professors. He was the head of the department, and then
Here, but also one of the dean, right? The vice dean or something.
I serve as vice principal at
And you're saying HOD.
No, I'm saying yes.
You're being very modest.
Thank you. But see, when you look at it, some people might think that I don't have to go through this exam. I'm so senior. I don't have to do. There are professors sitting amongst us. He was head of the department.
Like, enough of a met.
That is what I'm saying. That it is never too early or late to give that exam, to go through that process.
Okay. Well taken. Let's hear it from another professor. Dr. Sabri, how did you feel?
When the results came, like when I knew that I cleared the exam, one thing was like I had a sense. It was a mixed emotion. I had a sense of elation. More than that, I had a sense of release. Right? Now this,
Which all the others didn't tell. It was a pressure. What release?
like I thought, why did I'll tell you, but I was wrong at that time. I thought, okay, this pressure of preparing, documenting the case is going to come to an end. Now that I have got a diplomat, then started the real journey. Like I have been invited upon to speak at the national conferences, to give a keynote lecture in the national PG convention and different state podiums. So I have to really be much more better. I have to, like, when I go and represent the board, I should be of that standards.
You mean to say your level of
Yes,
credentialing in
yes. Even I take up complex cases. I think in a different way. I make use of more digital technologies. I make use of the contemporary things which are available, the latest things I try to put into the treatment planning. So in a way, as Dr. Nirmal said, I am getting better. Patients are getting better care, and the student community, professors as a whole, we are all getting benefited by this one process. So that's what I want.
Oh, wonderful to hear. That is, what is the after effects? Okay. What is the after effects of becoming a diplomat? Everyone has a different thoughts. Let's see what is your thoughts, right? Let's hear it from you. That is basically being a diplomat, wearing a badge is not everything. How you feel about yourself. Each one has their own way of feeling. Basically, it's not the money we can give you all these things, right? So I'm really elated to represent all of you. Wonderful that you people have started in this debate, and hope we'll have a better journey together. Upliftment of our prosthodontic community.
Sure.
Okay. Can he ask me a question? Yeah, you can. Allowed. There is
The fund of IBP,
say you.
So I just want to know, how is your feeling from someone who has given the exam to now you have examined for quite a few years and you have been the secretary, and how is the growth that you have seen of IBP?
That's wonderful. See, basically, what you feel about yourself is the same. I'm just Sendilnathan. The tag of diplomat or a secretary, or tomorrow I may not be even secretary, you may be secretary, you may be secretary, I may not even be a member in the board. So that and all is nothing. Basically, what I am seeing is how I feel about myself. Feeling good about yourself. You're doing something good for the society. As he was mentioning, we are uplifting the whole prosthodontic community of the country. That is what is more worth rather than being this side or that side. Doesn't make any difference. That's what maybe today I'm this side. Maybe I may be moving to other side quite sooner. So it doesn't make much of a difference to me. Yeah. Anybody? Yeah, the Dheeraj is always ready with.
No, I just wanted to know, like, among all this, there are multiple students, or I should say candidates, who have appeared for IBP examination. Few were successful, and there are few people who needs to give a multiple attempt.
Even I give multiple attempts.
Absolutely. It's end of the day, it is like success. Nobody asks you that how many, what, and all those things. So what I wanted to know is like uh, being an examiner. What was your feeling, and what is the change of mental attitude when you are sitting at that side as a student, and now you are like among one of the examiner?
See, basically it doesn't change. That's what I said. But now, little more clearer. See, I have taken the exam twice, right? So I know what is the pain that the other side is going through. So let us make it much, much more interactive. Let us make it is a bilateral conversation. That is what I think now I'm thinking about. Rather than, yeah, I'm not examining anybody. I'm just seeing some wonderful talents. Some of the talents are getting through. Some of the talents may not be getting through not because of us. It is basically because they may be lacking one area, they'll be super good. Yes, right. See, somebody will be very good in maxillofacial, somebody will be very good in implantology. We do keep learning from them out. So that is what is basically happening. So being on the other side for twice, I will consider myself lucky to be on this side, and we can understand what is going in their mind. So that is what is the only thing that I can understand.
So you will to say that it is very well said. One of the best teacher is a person who has seen multiple failures. See, failures are the better teachers for ourselves.
And if I may ask, yeah, like one common question what I get from other my fellow prosthodontists and even students is, so why should I take up this exam? What do I get? What's in store for me?
See, basically, my thought process is very simple, man. This
I answer the what I say, or what is your answer to this?
yeah, I have already told you many times that is, see, it's not for everyone. The one who feels, one who gets a kick out of a good work, right? It's not that it is a self satisfaction, or somewhere you will get satisfied by doing a case. See, you'll sleep peacefully the day that you have done something good. Exactly, right? That is the feeling that you will get when you are clearing the exam. The hardly you will get if you attach everything to a monetary benefit. You may not be. That's why I said, uh, if you relate it to monetary benefit, you may get and may not get. That is not the ultimate thing. But what satisfies you, what satisfies your soul, is giving a good treatment.
Okay, sir. But apart from this, is there any, I want to know, like any recognition for our board and other, like, will it help them in getting a job or a career, in their career growth or placed in different positions? That's what they ask some people.
As far as the board is concerned, we are not getting recognized by anybody, but your society people will be able to recognize you. Okay, that is one big thing. But to get a monetary benefit from somewhere, it had happened with Murtuza. That is the only instance that we can quote. You will be able to answer us better.
Out of India, if you are a diplomat of the board of your national society, if you're a board certified professional, that has a lot of value. So that really helped him get a job very easily in the UK because he was a board certified prosthodontist.
So instead of he going as a general consultant, he has become a direct prosthodontist because he's a board certified.
He does a lot of prosto work because he's already a board certified prosthodontist. Over there, they feel that he knows because he's board certified. He would have said he's only an MDS prosthodontics. They might not have.
Yeah, there are so many MDS prosthodontists in UK, but they are not practicing as a specialist prosthodontist.
There is an enhancement in credentials. Actually.
Okay. So that is the one which I say. What do you want to ask me?
So, what is the most joyous occasion during the post as secretary, for IBP,
Now, when I call somebody and say that you are clear, that's the joyous occasion.
And how do you deal with the other side? Just
Calling somebody and saying your
Uh, see, having a good rapport with everyone actually helps you to say the other thing also, because you have to say that sorry you have not cleared. It doesn't mean that you're bad in your there is some lacunae that is why you are unable to clear, and most of the time they will be able to understand I'm not getting any negative comment on that. Probably not directly to me. Maybe you will be receiving something about the negative comments, and I don't know. In that, anyway, we have to say,
And in that way, I think we should all thank our secretary for, handling all this pressure top, handling such a
feels nothing pressure. Basically, any organization, no, any organization is not only the secretary or chairman. It is how you people are there and how you are supporting us. And basically, you are doing all the thing, and I'm just projecting myself as secretary. That's all. So it's okay. I think anything more? Let's wind up the session on Indian Board of Prosthodontics. Thanks for watching us. Please do subscribe and follow us to get more and more updates on Indian Board of Prosthodontics. Hope to see you again in another session. Thank you.